Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave, episode 91. This episode I have something awesome to show you. I just picked this game up. It just came out. As far as I know, it just came out. I just started to learn about it. And that is Monopoly Gamer. Now, I know you're probably thinking this just looks like Monopoly. But it's not. It's Monopoly Gamer. Big difference. Monopoly, and I did a video not that far back, but I did a video on all my Monopoly stuff that I have, because I've always liked Monopoly. It's just, you know, it's a classic game. It's been around forever, and everybody's been adding their brand to it. Everybody has a Monopoly game. There's Star Wars, there's Transformers Monopoly. I mean, you name it, there's a Monopoly for it. You know, the thing is, though, you're always playing Monopoly. It's just the game itself. It's always Monopoly. It just has a different skin on it. It just has different, you know, names on the board, names on the money, different characters, but it's still Monopoly. This time, it's actually a different game. It's based on Monopoly, so you actually play similar to Monopoly. And there's the board. I'll show you there. But you'll notice, like, there's a few things missing. Like, for instance, there's coins now. There's no more bills, or those credit cards, or whatever they came out with for some of the other systems. And that's one difference. You'll notice the board is smaller too. And you're not actually playing for who gets the most amount of money, but you're actually playing for points. So they're kind of making it like you're playing Super Mario Brothers, which is awesome. I mean, this is just like, you know, this is the kind of thing I've been waiting for. So I'm just going to open this up and show you what's in there. So I got the lid off here. So the first thing you'll notice is the characters here. And there's another difference. You now have this die. So you got the one actual regular die, you know, the six-sided die, but then you got this one, which has different pictures on it. And your characters are obviously there. So let's just open this up. Just got this, so it's all still in the package. I read the rules just so I could have some kind of familiarity with it. If that's even a word. Familiarity? Familiar? Am I familiar? Okay, yeah, I mean, that looks cool. Like, that's Mario. I like how they didn't cheap out and, you know, like the old board games of the past where you got like a cardboard cutout. Like, this actually, like, you know, plastic. This looks like Mario. You got there the princess. Really tight in there. Got the princess. Princess Peach. Yoshi, which is an interesting one. Yoshi! And my favorite guy, if I can get him out of there, Donkey Kong. Yes, Donkey Kong. Sweet. And we'll just take a look at this. Yeah, so we got the, you know, these are big dice, actually. I just noticed that. They're fairly big dice. Bigger than your typical standard sized die. But yeah, you got, so you got like a turtle shell, some coins, the POW button, the POW. If you play Mario Brothers a lot, you'll know what that is. That's that blooper guy from the water. And what else? Oh, there's another. Okay, so there's two coins features on here. And so really what you're doing is you're rolling both dice each turn. And whatever the symbol is, so this is your move, obviously. No more two dice, like in standard Monopoly, where you'd roll two dice all the time and move like up to 12 spaces. Now your maximum is 6 spaces. But you do get whatever this ends up on, and each one does something different. You also have different cards here. So these are the cards. So you got the, let's just separate, we got the boss cards. So much like in Super Mario Brothers, when you get to the end of the, you know, the whatever, 1-4, whatever Mario Brothers game you're playing, you have to fight a boss. So this game is no different. So you got all of the Koopa kids. Let's just see there, the Koopa. There's Bowser himself, the last boss. So you got to fight all the Koopa kids. You're probably familiar with this if you've played anything from Super Mario Brothers 3 and on. These are all the Koopa kids came from. So that's pretty cool. Each time you beat a boss, you get points. So, like I said, you're fighting for points. It's pretty simple. Once you pass go, you get to fight a boss. And it tells you here, you have to pay one coin. Then you have to try and roll a 3 or higher to beat them. So that's the easy boss. I mean, I don't know what Bowser. Let's see what Bowser is. You have to pay 1 to fight. You have to actually roll a 6. So, and the way it works is each player fights the boss. So it's not just you. You get the first crack at it. So if you beat him, you get the card. You keep the points. If you don't beat him, the next player in line, clockwise, also gets to try by paying the coin, rolling the die. If they fail, then you go around the table. If nobody beats the boss goes away, gone. And then next time, when you hit the go square again, whoever hits it, then you go to the next boss in line, which would be the second boss, and then the third boss. When you get to the last boss, and then you either beat him or he runs away, the game is over, and you calculate the points. Fairly easy, kind of interesting concept too. It's different than your typical Monopoly where you're just getting money. So they give you some cards. These are the power-up abilities. They give you this so you know what each one of those do, you know, when you roll the die, what it is. So when you roll this die, you know, say you get that little turtle shell, you look on here and then you see what it is. Now, that's interesting, but what is also interesting is you get a card that goes with your character. And I dropped one. Who did I drop? Yoshi. So you get a card with your character. And each character has a unique ability. So, for instance, let's see, Mario here has a star ability and a coins ability. So if you roll the coins thing, you get an extra piece because you're Mario. And then you also get this star ability. Each one has a star ability. I'll show you that later. Then we got the... Here's where it starts to go back to more like the Monopoly style. You got your titles, your deeds, and what they call a Monopoly. So the first one, which would be like, you know, the first square on the board you can buy, it's called Acorn Plains. And that's the cost, 1 coin. You get 10 points when you buy it. And then, much like Monopoly, if someone lands on it, they pay you 1 coin. And if you own both, they pay you 2 coins. So it's double. And it just kind of goes up the line all the way up to what would be Boardwalk, would be Bowser's Castle. So that's Boardwalk in this one. It's 5 coins to buy it. And then rent is 5 coins. And then if you own, what is it, Peach's Castle, that's interesting. So if you own Peach's Castle and Bowser's Castle, and your opponent lands on it, you get 10 coins. Similar idea. I mean, what else do they got there? They got Switch Block Hill, Waddle Wings Nest, Rock Candy Mines, Painted Swampland, Soda Jungle, Cooligan Fields, Frosted Glacier, Dragon Neil's Undersea Grotto, Sparkling Waters, Stone-Eyed Zone, Laser Cake Desert, and Yoshi's Hill, and Acorn Plains. I'm not 100% familiar with this stuff because, I mean, my knowledge of Super Mario almost stops at Super Mario 3. I kind of played Super Mario World, but I'm not good at it at all. So what else do we got there? So I got that, and that. I think that was it. And these are just your reminder cards. Now, let's just take a look at the board. So this is the board. I mean, it's small, but it folds open. It's not like the old boards where they were like big and split in half. These things are like that fold piece. But it is a small board. It feels like a smaller board than a real Monopoly board. Less spaces on it for sure. But that's it's kind of hard to hold it up because it's doing that. But that's essentially what it is. Monopoly. It's got the typical, you know, you got your go to jail guy, your free parking. You know, you have to have all that. Your get out of jail free. I mean, they keep all that stuff there. The go space. All that's there. Except this one, instead of the railways and stuff, they just added different types of squares. So you got this swamp guy, and if you land on him, you have to deposit 3 coins on him. And then if anybody else passes by him, they get those 3 coins. That's a warp zone, essentially a pipe or whatever. So when you land on it, you go to the very next pipe. So it's just kind of like a quick whoop. So the way this game works is when you start on go, everybody starts on go, You roll your space, you move, and every time you pass a thing of coins, you get those coins. You do start the game with coins too, so you start the game with about 10 coins. So you can start off buying stuff, and then you know, as it increases, you're constantly paying coins to the board, you're paying coins to the player, so the coins are moving on and off, and there's a lot of use of the coins. Like, you don't just keep them, so you're constantly spending the money on the coins. It's kind of a neat idea. Trying to get around, and of course, like I said, it's all about points at this point. It's not about how much money you get. The money obviously helps you. They did give me this. There's a French deck in here. I don't know if this is more just because I'm in Canada and they have a Canadian version, or if this is how it is in America as well, or other parts of the world. But we do have French and English here, so they gave a French deck, and that's how it looks like inside. It's all plastic. Gives you a little tray, and they also give you the coins, which I kind of knew I'd have to do. You have to punch them all out. Not a big deal. I mean, there's quite a few of them there. You just got to punch them all out. I'm sure if you don't want to use these, though, you can use whatever you want as tokens, right? If you know, real coins if you want, or anything else you want to use, or even if you want to use money, if you want to use paper money, whatever. I mean, this is much more fun, though, because, I mean, that's Super Mario Brothers, is the coins, right? And, of course, they gave me the French instructions, which I was confused at first, because when I opened up the box, this was the one that was sitting on top, and I picked it up, and I'm like, oh, it's French. And I'm flipping it over and flipping it over. I'm like, where's the English? And there was no English anywhere. I don't speak French or read it. I was like, uh-oh, I didn't get an English one. And I was like worried. I'm like, oh, how am I going to learn how to play the game? But it turned out the English one was actually underneath this this thing. It was just on the bottom. So I pulled that out, and there's the English instruction manual. Very easy to read, all full of graphics and colors and stuff like that. It's a nice manual. It actually, it gets to the point. It teaches you about the boss fights and all that stuff. And the one thing I noticed at the very end, the last page, were these power-up packs. And I'm like, what is that all about? So what it is you can essentially buy these almost like expansion packs and get different characters with different abilities. And so the game is expandable, which, again, is not really typical with Monopoly, right? I mean, Monopoly is Monopoly. So this looks like they're going to actually build upon it. Who knows what they're going to do with it, right? They can expand onto it. So I think that's kind of cool. So each pack probably gives you a character. Just knocked her head off there. A character, and probably the card to go with it. So each of new abilities add just to add some new excitement to the game. I didn't see this in the store. I don't know if this is new, if they've released these yet. And I don't know, I'm kind of looking at the picture here, I don't know if you know who's going to be in your pack. So it's kind of like those random booster packs you'd get with cards, trading cards and all that stuff. You might not know who you're going to get. So that kind of is exciting in one way. So it looks like they have Wario, Fire Mario, Diddy Kong, Toad, Rosalina, I don't know who that is, Luigi, Boo, Tanuki Mario, that's exciting. That's right out of Super Mario 3. Tanuki Mario. That's cool. And I'm sure that there's probably a lot more than this. They're probably just showing a few of them. But that's really cool idea. I really like this. I'm really excited about this, and I can't wait to try my first game of it, because, it looks like it's going to be fun. It looks like it's going to be simple, not too overcomplicated, and it'll be a good challenge, and a different way to play Monopoly, which is what I've always wanted to, to try, like a new Monopoly style game. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna have fun with this, and I'll have to decide: do I want to be Donkey Kong, or do I want to be Mario? I'm definitely gonna be one of these guys. Maybe I'll look at their strengths and their cards and see what's better. I believe he steals coins from people, so that's not cool. He gets extra coins, so maybe I'll be him. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you see this in the store and you're a big fan of both Nintendo, Mario Brothers, video games, and Monopoly, I would suggest you get this game. This looks cool. I'm going to have a lot of fun playing it, and I'd like to hear what you have to say about it. I'd like to hear your comments and what you think about the game, and are you planning on picking one up? It was a little pricey for me. This was like 40 bucks, so it's not cheap. But it's brand new. Maybe the price will come down. Maybe it'll be different in other places. I don't know. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think about this game in the comments below. Talk to you later.